Strangely, the crow flying tree to tree used to be white, pure white, whiter than freshly fallen snow in January, whiter than cotton, whiter than the tallest cloud with the sun shining brightly on it. And the crow had a beautiful voice that was heard and known by everyone all over the earth. Its beauty was unmatched even to those who rarely paid attention to birds. If you ever heard a white crow calling out or singing, you were captivated by its richness and beautiful tone. And hearing the white crow singing brought good fortune to your doorstep. The beauty and power of crow song was heralded worldwide. The crow of long ago, just as today, was the smartest of birds. In fact, smarter than all the other animals. Every animal sought crow's advice. Other birds asked crow for advice on living, such as finding food, falling in love, how to store food for the winter, and where to place their nests. Crow knew it all. Crow would look over all the other animals, whether they walked, flew, swam, hopped, or slithered away down the hill. As she talked to the other animals, they listened and answered back. She would glide over the trees and help lost cubs to find their mom, locate acorns for the squirrels, and say good morning to every creature. Crow did rescues, such as saving hummingbirds from drowning in a pond, or a baby bluebird. Crow told the forest news of the day to all who listened. Crow never bragged or spoke of her own remarkable skills. One day, the heavens got angry, and there was a rumble of thunder and crack of lightning. It echoed through the forest and shook the trees. Each animal stopped what it was doing and looked upward and sniffed the air, trying to figure out what was going on. Rabbit stopped hopping and realized that today the sounds and sights offered a big storm. Rabbit had heard thunder before and seen the bright flash of light. Rabbit's nose was pulsating because there was a smell. It was the faint trace of smoke. He paused but then ran as a nearby tree crackled and showed flames. The intelligent crow knew what to do. Sitting on a branch, eyes heavy with afternoon weariness, she saw the rabbit hopping, jig-jagging, in a panic leaping over stones and bushes. Rabbit called out to Crow, "It's a fire! A fire is coming!" The crow was steady and calm. Wings spread and she was ascending into the air. Crow was quiet and sniffed the air and smelled smoke. Without uttering a word to the alarmed rabbit, Crow began to sing loudly, sounding an alarm. Her white wings carried her above the canopy of trees, and she flew, giving warning to all the other animals below her. Her beautiful voice echoed throughout the forest, bouncing off trees and rocky bluffs. Crow woke the sleeping animals and stopped those who were busy collecting food or doing animal work. Of course, every animal heard the song and listened, and knew it was a song of warning. Crow said, "Follow my voice, my cry, and I will guide you away from this terrible fire." Crow, being so smart, was able to circle over the entire forest and sing the sound of alarm. Being wise, Crow then flew towards the river and led all the animals to safety in a meadow across the water. The small animals like the weasel, the chipmunk, the frog, the snake, the mouse, they all found a way to follow the sound of the crow through the tangles of vegetation. Crow guided them to fallen logs that were bridges across the flowing water. The larger animals like bear, coyote, wolf, elk, deer, and bobcat were shown the place of quiet waters where they could swim to safety. No matter the size or shape of the critter, the crow found safe crossing places, and everyone was soon safe on the other side of the big river. All the creatures looked at the flames, billowing smoke and flickering flames. They were horrified and scared, but Crow let them know they were safe. They watched Crow continue to go back into the burning forest, to warn every remaining animal to leave and follow to safety. Deeper and deeper, Crow went into the woods. The safe animals witnessed this heroic effort and continued to hear her song, her voice. But then, the smoke became too thick and it got into Crow's throat. Crow's voice began to be affected and changed its sound. Each time Crow guided more animals from the threat of fire and death, her voice got deeper and changed. Her voice was different, and the beautiful song of it turned only to a raspy caw, caw. Each time, too, Crow emerged from the forest with her beautiful white feathers turning color, darker and darker and darker. It was from the smoke's soot that her white turned to black. The fire eventually reached the river and died out. There was nothing left to burn. Crow was ecstatic, but her voice was broken and her body was black as the darkest night. To this day, Crow is still the wisest and most intelligent of animals. The feathers of Crow never were white again, but black like a moonless night, and her voice was only a caw. The forest murmured these words, "You are bravest of all, Crow. You will be honored forever." The trees grew back in future years, and Crow still was there at home, black but happy again. Because every animal, large and small, was safe and happy themselves.